Today's video is going to be about how to gain a high value client target. What am I playing? Hitman? A high value client. And what ways you can like maximize the strength of your proposals, right? So at the end of this video, I will be, well, you can get it now if you want to. If you're gonna be petty, you go ahead and get the template that I'm gonna give you guys in the description below. There is some information that you're gonna wanna like listen to me about, so I can tell you how to like maximize that proposal and actually use it correctly. The first thing you don't want to do when you land your first high dollar client is go out and buy new equipment. Now, I recently got a client, and this client for one day shoot was like roughly $1,500 after everything was said, and that's like with a couple of discounts too. So it really could have been like around $1,700, but I wanted this client because it's gonna help me build my brand even more, right? So the first thing I was doing, like, oh man, like with this bread, I can go ahead and go instantly get me a Ninja V Atomos, so I can go ahead and shoot them ProRes RAW on my GH5 and get the, you know what I'm saying, to maximize my camera potential, right? Here's the problem with that. Number one, I don't work for nobody else, right? So Brooks Media is it. Like, that's my job, that's what I do. So with that being said, I have to be very conscious of the purchase that I make, right? So even though this is the one big client that I have now, am I really gonna sit there and spend 50%, well, over 50% of what I'm bringing home already on new equipment? Not even thinking about the fact, like, well, Sean, you landed this client without the equipment that you want already. Now, granted, the Ninja V Atomos is a hell of an investment, right? It's a dope investment, but right now the question is it an investment that I need right now? And is that gonna make or break my business if I don't have that equipment? Like, I have 4 different lenses that I can use. Like, I have equipment, so it's like, why am I so eager to go out and buy something when I don't need it? And it's because as creators, like he said, we're always looking for ways to improve on our craft. But at the same token too, you are a business person as well. So you also have to keep in mind that certain purchases have to make sense, and if they don't, then don't do it. So just a little tip and information for you guys out there who always think you need some new equipment, especially when you watch these YouTube channels like mine or any other vloggers, whatever the case is. Don't automatically think you need to buy the equipment to, like, because we talked about it. Like, yeah, we like it, but again, buy stuff that fits your needs and it actually goes with your budget at the time. Now, let's talk about this proposal and how I got this client.
Life with no distractions, we'll get away. This is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my own doubts.
Okay, so the first thing I did was I pretty much marketed myself and made an investment and did some free work for a client. Now, I know what and I'm gonna tell you right now, usually I tell people to never do free work because your time is your money, but like I told you guys in the past, you have to invest into your business. There's no way that you're gonna go out with, you know what I'm saying, not knowing, like, people not knowing your product and not knowing what you're really about, other than like YouTube was specific for myself. You have to kind of build a portfolio. So I did a lot of free work for clients to build my portfolio to pretty much get huge returns off investments like this here, right? So I did a free video for a client. You can check it out right now.
Remember when you said we'd stay together now until forever? Just us. Said we wouldn't be like all the others, fight and hurt each other, not us.
So my name is Rebecca Ann, and I am one of the creators of Beauty and Business. And the core reason why I started Beauty and Business is because I want women to come together, network, and talk about the things in the beauty corporate space.
And that video right there led me to this client here that's gonna be more than likely, if we work out well, it's gonna be a year's contract. So what did I do to get that? First off, the first thing is first. I created 3 different packages for this client to choose from, right? So after she seen my work for the free video that I did for the one lady who pretty much put me on, she liked my work or whatever, right? So we ended up talking more, send me a proposal, and so I ended up sending her 3 different packages. Now within the 3 different packages, I created one like just my standard day rate, I created a 6-month package, and I created a 12-month package. Now, in the 12-month package, I made a lot more savings, right? So the package you actually want to sell, you want that one to look a little bit more enticing, right? So people like, well, damn, I would be a fool not to take the 12-month package and I'm saving so much money. The 6-month package, it was still a good deal, but nowhere near the amount of savings that she's going to get with the 12-month package. So that's rule number 1. When you're creating your proposals, you want to create a proposal in which you want to package, you want to bundle in a package of 3s, right? So if you are a photographer, you want to have a package of choice A, choice B, and choice C. If you want them to pick choice B, put it in the middle, highlight it, make it go, whatever the case is. Kind of like how these companies do now when you see Squarespace or Storyblocks. They highlight the package they want you to get and they call it the most popular package because that's the one that financially or for the price point, the one that makes the most sense. Now, the second thing I did with this proposal was I was not shy from my prices, right? So I charge $700 for an 8-hour day. That's a full shoot for 8 hours, and then I have a half-day shoot, which is $350. But that does not include editing. My editing is $40 an hour. I don't know. You have to separate that out because editing is a whole different type of job if you really think about it. So roughly, right? So this for a 10-hour block for a 10-hour block of editing and a full day shooting, that's $1,100 before tax. We're gonna talk about tax. I know some of y'all thinking like, dude, that's a lot of money, but it's not. If you know your work is quality, do not be afraid to charge what you are worth. I'm gonna tell you right now, I have literally lost clients due to me being so low. I kid you not. I know you guys are thinking like, what? If someone think your work is that cheap and they've worked with other people before, they're gonna be like, well, damn, dog, you sitting here charging, you know what I'm saying, $200 to do this video, but my man's up here charging $1,000. You know what I'm saying? Why are you so cheap? If y'all doing the same thing, so you have to kind of keep that in mind, man. You don't want to come off as cheap. You want people to pay you for your worth, right? And the thing is, on top of that, you don't want to sit there and be like, you're sitting here doing this job and you thinking like, because some videographers have this mindset, and it's, you know what I'm saying, like, well, as long as I'm getting booked, I'm cool. I make around the same, if you're working another job, you make around the same amount you're making if you was working another job. I understand that. But the thing is about running your own business, you want to work smarter and not harder. So I would turn down clients if they feel like I'm too pricey, whatever the case is. That's fine. I'm just not the person for you. But I will not. If I'm sitting here, if my day rate for real is like roughly $1,500, I'm not gonna do a video for $200. That's just not gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not the person for you. My quality speaks for itself. I have results, all of that. So you have to stand by your worth. So when you're making proposals, do not be scared of the price, and never assume what's in somebody's pockets. That's just a hood rule, right? Never assume what's in somebody's pockets, because you sitting there saying like, oh, they're not gonna pay that, and you don't know how much money that person has in their pocket who's willing to spend or invest into their company. The thing is this: when you are marketing yourself, you want to position yourself where when they work with you, you are an investment. They're taking an investment in their business. So if they're a company, if you're doing like a video for a restaurant, then you need to charge roughly between $500 to $800 just to do that one video, due to the fact that your one video is going to bring them more money and generate more revenue for them. You know what I'm saying? It's going to bring in more clientele. This is how you have to position yourself. Boy, I'm dropping some gems on y'all today. Damn. Before we start to wrap up and talk about the tax and kind of conclude everything to talk about, I'm about to go, want to see if I can find something to drink first. It's getting a little nice outside. Well, it is nice outside, but yeah, come on, man, walk with your boy, damn. Like your hair color.
Thank you.
All right, so taxes. That's really important. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I learned this from a brand of strategists that I've been working with to rebrand and restructure my company. So that's why my company is no longer Sean Be Nice LLC. It's Brooks Media now. Just sounds more professional. We could talk about that in another video, but let's talk about taxes right now. Fiji, if you want to sponsor the episode, holla at your boy. Now, when you are creating these proposals, when you're dealing with clients, when you are selling your service, again, keyword, selling your service, you want to make sure you include taxes in your price, because you're going to have to pay this money back, okay? I don't know why, for some odd reason, nobody ever talks about this, but I'm trying to warn y'all now if y'all get burned the wrong way. And also, taxes will definitely change the pricing of your total proposal, right? So for example, the 6-month proposal was like around $5,800 for the 6-month proposal, if I remember correctly. When I added taxes on that, which is at 2.25% in the state of Illinois, that added an additional like $500 to $600. Now anybody who has worked with videographers before, worked in any business before, they're not gonna trip on that, okay? Again, get out your mind that nobody's gonna pay that extra, whatever the case is. You have to pay taxes when you go to every store, right? So it's not like when you go to Apple and you like, hey dog, you know what I'm saying? You said this laptop is $599, why I gotta pay an additional $60? Because you have to pay taxes. So when you're selling something, man, include taxes in your price. If you do not want to show the taxes, that's fine. You need to go ahead and up your prices by at least like 10 to 11%, depending on what your state tax is. Taxes are very important. And do not spend that money. Set that tax money to the side. So I know y'all gonna be like, man, that's the extra set that money to the side. Taxes are important. Include that in your price. So let's go ahead and conclude this thing up. We talked about presenting your clients with 3 different packages to make it look more enticing, to highlight that package. We talked about knowing your self-worth. We talked about taxes, and then we talked about knowing when to spend your money wisely when you, for your purchases. So I mean, for real, I gave y'all a lot of fire today. But if you enjoy this type of information, man, like if you're actually gonna use it, don't forget to grab a template in the description below. But if you actually find this video useful, man, please do me a favor, share this video, like this video, subscribe to the channel. I got more stuff coming like this. I will not be just sharing my successes with you guys though. I'm gonna be sharing my failures as well. Maybe I'll have a whole video talking about why Sean B. Nice is no longer Brooks Media and how that actually changed, how Sean B. Nice was stuck getting $200 to $300 clients, and how Brooks Media within the first week landed a high value client like that. So if you guys want to see more of my work, like more of my offline work, check out brooksmedia.com. That's Brooks with 2 S's, media.com. I'll leave that down in the description below as well. If you want to follow me on social media, I'll put my social media links down in the description. I can't remember because I didn't change my name with so many different things, so we'll see. But other than that, catch you in the next video.